Alright guys, we're back. We are running just straight up one of my favourite teams. I've finally got everyone to full level 10 links across the board, every single unit, and this is the team formation that I have a whole lot of fun running in long events. Now, there's a little bit to go through as to why it's my favourite team. As you can tell, it's very Vegito centric. Obviously, I am a big Vegito fan, but you also notice that MVP 17 and Physical Piccolo are on the team. Why I bring those two is because obviously they both fall within Final Trump Card and Battle of Wits, so they get the full leader buff. I don't have the STR Angel Goku, the STR Goku and Angel Vegeta unit, which is kind of why I like this team so much as well. So we brought a friend with full level 10 links just to keep in theme with that. But the reason I'm bringing Piccolo, pardon me, and MVP 17 is because we're going to run one turn of them on rotation opposite this Vegito Blue, the Tech Vegito Blue. Fortunately, he came turn 1 straight up. Our key is a little bit rough in the very beginning of this fight until our rotations are set and the fusions have gone off, kind of thing. But what we're doing is kind of allowing Vegito Blue, the Tech Vegito Blue, to get his max passive when he's in the blue form as kind of or have access to the full passive for as long as possible is probably a better way to say it. And now how I'm doing that is because we have what I would say is a weak rotation offensively with 17 and Piccolo, it kind of stops us finishing each phase way too quickly. So what I mean by that is that usually when you run like a Batara or a Final Trump Card or whatever you're doing, you're running just super powerhouse units on each rotation. And what I find is that because obviously he has to attack multiple times to get that passive built up, is by the time you get to that 11th attack, which is all he needs to get fully built up, that's quite a fair few attacks. It's usually like the last phase of the fight and probably popping that active skill anyway, so you don't really get to see him kind of breathe, for lack of a better term, in his kind of final form, in his strongest possible form, I guess. Obviously we've got the two heals with the two Goku and Vegeta LR units, and we've just kind of finished that really quickly. I didn't expect that to happen, well I should have. That unit's just crazy strong. Now, because we had Vegito in turn 1, we also get him in turn 3 in base, which gives us more opportunities to stack his attack before he transforms into his blue form. Now we're going to go for the super attack counter at the end, because 17's damage reduction wouldn't be active, so he'd cop a whole lot. And we also raise defense on super with Vegito, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito as well, lowering attack with 17 at the same time. So if we can get this, I like 3 stacks with this Tech Vegito Blue, or Tech LR Vegito I should say, he's not blue yet. So if we get an additional here, that will be 3 additional super, I should say, and we don't. So he's only going to get 2 stacks, keep that in mind when you're kind of assessing him later in the fight. But and obviously Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is just ridiculously strong, and nothing really needs to be said about the physical Vegito Blue. He just does his thing. He counters, he super attacks when he wants to, he does several different attacks each turn. It's bonkers. We all know how good he is. And obviously Piccolo allows us to see super attacks and when they're going to occur when he's on rotation. We'll also have the ability to see super attacks every turn for 10 turns once we get the base Goku and base Angel Vegeta fused. We will probably hold off on that till a little bit later in the fight, so that we're sure that we're going to stay safe during those kind of latest phases when things can get not necessarily hairy, but when things can be a little bit more threatening, I guess is a better way to put it. Especially because we're seeing at least the additional super from Piccolo means he's going to stack quicker. Yeah, especially because we kind of already see super attacks in 1 out of 2 turns as it stands anyway. Now once we get set with our rotations, which we're not quite yet, 17 and Piccolo are obviously designed to be a very defensive rotation, which is obviously just driving the point home given that 17 not only supports ki and defense, but they both link with shocking speed, which is 2 ki and 20% defense. So thanks to the support plus the link of shocking speed, we're basically getting 5 ki and 80% defense for having that rotation set up the way it is. That'll obviously allow Piccolo to snowball his defense much quicker when he's in rotation with 17. So that's number 2. Now remember that Vegito Blue's passive stacks for any attack at all. So he is 55%, however he has that silver additional skill orb. If that procs in any way, shape or form to be the 3rd attack, even if it's a normal, that'll help us stack his passive that little bit quicker. So hopefully we get to see that once or twice. I mean, it's only a 6% chance, so I don't expect it really at all, to be fair. And I'm not sure how much damage we've taken so far for 17 in his damage reduction. I hope it's active. Maybe we'll get the int Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta diffuse. Oh no, that would be yeah, that would 100% damage reduction. He would have taken so much more otherwise. Now we're going to hold off using the active skill for now. We're going to do that, and we're going to miss the super so that we can act, because the STR Goku and Vegeta have shocking speed as well, which will help us defensively and for ki to make sure that Piccolo is supering in this turn. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I should say, holds his own pretty well. However, he does obviously raise his defense on super. So typically you want him to super. But why we've got that slow rotation on, other than the fact that we just want to see Tech Vegito Blue at his full power for a little bit longer. Once we do get him to his full power, he's just going to float around. So our turns will end up being MVP 17 and Piccolo. On the other rotation will be the STR Super Vegito and the Int Super Vegito, because they're perfect linking partners. And floating around will be the 2 Vegito Blues and the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. I love this team so much, I really do. Yeah. Oh, this will be, so he's done 2 attacks with 2 stacks in base form. So let's see what he can do with full level 10 links. With 2 parts of his passive active and 2 stacks when he was in base. Just take this super really quick. I'll probably get the fusion for in Super Vegito next turn, or next time they're on rotation. There we go. That's the 2 attacks. I think we can get the 3rd. Because it's an odd number, at least 1 additional from his hidden potential would be really handy. Otherwise you've got that 1 turn where it's like the Ultra Super will be the mega attack, the final attack to get there, and then it will be the additional super, which is only 12 ki, being the first attack he does at full power. So it all depends, I guess. And obviously Vegito Blue is just going crazy with counters because that's just what he does. Ah, you bastard. Oh, you bastard. Alright, well it is what it is. We're gonna try for no items. This team really should no item it. I mean, if I did use an item, it would heal up, and it would also mean we wouldn't get the fusion next turn, which is a full heal in on itself. I could obviously use one of those items, the Sensu Bean or Dende, just to unlock the road. Probably should bring the Sensu Bean Root or whatever it is, that item that I don't think it heals you at all, it just cures status effects, which I think includes locking rotations and sealing. So yeah, I might think about changing up my items for certain showcases or fun runs like this, if you want to call them fun runs. I don't know. So yeah, we'll push off. Seeing as he just fused, let's let him have a little bit of fun. Yeah, why not? Yeah, he's missing 83. No, we want to get that passive up. So yeah, we'll give him 7 orbs. He can go nuts. I'm sure that's an 18 ki super anyway. I'd imagine this Vegito, Super Vegito will finish off God Goku, maybe even before he gets a chance to counter. We're already at 4 mil. This is the 5th attack by Tech Vegito Blue. So we're this is the 6th. So he's halfway there, or just over now. And that's, ooh, that's the 7th. That's the hidden potential. That's what that skill orb does. Ooh, frozen up a little bit. Sweet freeze frame. Nice. Okay, cool. So he's got 2 turns left before his passive is full. On the 3rd time we see him after this, he will be at absolute max power. Oh, and the counter will just... See, we don't have any attack support on this team at all, and his counters are pushing 1 million. And when he's going to have a perfect linking partner in the STR Super Vegito, once we pop that active skill, I'm sure that he'll be doing stupid amounts of damage when he counters. So we'll keep stacking with Piccolo. Thanks to his passive, we know that we're not going to get supered this turn, which is a crazy advantageous ability.
Time to get serious.
The only other unit, there's not too many units that do that. Obviously the AGL Super Vegito, when he's in 40% HP. That easy A, it's just, as good as it is, he didn't get the upgrade to match how mentally powerful he was when he released. He, similar to like the STR Super Gogeta from back in the day that recently just got replaced by the Super Gogeta Easy A, the 120% lead. That STR Gogeta was just next level when he was released, and then when they released the AGL Super Vegito to go with him, mate, if you played Dokkan back in the day, you'd know, but yeah, it was just a rotation to be trifled with. Oh, actually, this will work out perfectly. So we have 2 turns worth of building Blue Vegito's passive. What if, providing we don't get locked into a rotation out of what we want to do, 17 will meet Piccolo the next time he's around. We just floated off, no, we're about to float off the STR Goku and Vegeta. It's attack 8, this is attack 9. So what that means is it, when the when the STR Super Vegito makes his way around to this rotation again, it'll be the first time that Vegeta, the Tech Vegito Blue will be attacking with his full passive active, and hopefully we'll be sitting around similar sort of HP levels, half a mil, fair enough, and we can fuse with the STR Super Vegito. So everything looks like it's actually worked out despite the fact that we were locked into our rotation before. Now we're going to see if we can, again, such a crazy ability. We can see where he's super attacking, so why would we not just go, I mean, we're going to miss the super attack with Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, but we can put him straight in front of this, like, we can basically go, how about we just flip a coin and see if we can just take no damage and instead deal some of our own with this Frieza versus Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. It's just Piccolo allowing us, oh, there's additional, even better. Yeah, Piccolo allowing us to sort of know where to take that risk is just insane. We've done it. Oh, it's just this. This is why I love this team and how it functions. Obviously, you get kind of this, or you would have the ability to sort of place him where you'd want like that if you activated the active skill of the STR Super Vegito a little bit earlier. Obviously, it's a limited 10-turn kind of passive though, whereas Piccolo's is whenever he's on rotation. So pros and cons there, but yeah, allowing Tech Vegito Blue to build up at his own pace by having a kind of offensively weaker rotation opposite him, it's just, I love it. This is why I love this team so much, and I'm sure this may not interest everyone, and for those that you like to build things optimally and go through events as fast as possible, this may not be for you either. Just, I don't know, the functionality of this team once it gets going, I just don't see, I don't have much more fun with any other team. I mean, there's a lot of other teams that I have fun with, and I will make videos on them once I get them to full level 10 links. But yeah, this is at the moment probably my most favourite team. And this is the final attack to build Tech Vegito Blue's passive. So he's full, 100% full. This guy's just crazy as well, by the way. And yeah, we haven't even touched on the physical Easy A Vegito Blue, because I think I mentioned at the start of this video, what really needs to be said. He's got the potential to do 4 super attacks, and mine has a 50% chance to crit. Not to mention he also counters as well. So again, we can see the super attack. I would like to put Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta there just for the hell of it, but we want to maintain this rotation. Given Piccolo will stack his defense prior to being super attack, we'll stick it like this. Type advantage probably not even going to do that much now with all that defense that he's got. It's a shame that we can't activate his transformation. It's just well, that's a crit. That was a skill orb actually. It's the only thing it could have been. Oh, yeah, no. Out of his links. His links, he's only got defense and attack. So 15, is it 15% or 20% for Fierce Battle? Level 10, I think it's 20. And then 20% defense for, yeah, so 20% attack from Fierce Battle, 2 key, and 20% defense from Shocking Speed. Oh, crit, beautiful. And he takes a little bit of damage after raising his defense. That's okay though. Here we go. All right, we're good to go.
Now! This is what I'm supposed to do, right? Yep. Thanks, Vegeta. Since I'm the fusion of Vegeta and Kakarot, I guess that makes me Vegeta. And this is Super Vegito!
Sorry, I just wanted that to play out properly. I don't have him, so I don't always get to see that active skill. Yeah, I don't know why, but I wasn't super fussed on pulling him when he came around. Boo was more important to me for what he brought to my collection as a whole. Actually, no. Seeing as we don't have him, we're going to let him go absolutely berserk. We're bringing... Oh, Jesus. Oh, this team... We've literally got 1 out of 21 links here not active. Takes a little bit of damage because he does raise. Oh, there's a crit at 800k. He does raise attack and defense on super, by the way, so keep that in mind. So that's 1.6. I'm just going to count his damage here. 2.4. 3.2. And he's done 50% of his attacks with crits. 3.2, so that's 8.7 so far. We've got an additional coming as well. That's a million, so 9.7. 10.7 mil. And another crit. And then 4.7 from you. Are you even going to let Vegito Blue at the end there attack? I don't think you are. Oh, he just... And then 5.5 from you. Like, what is this? Okay, so that was what? That was literally 20 million. And not to discount the fact that the Int Vegito could have done counters because he counters. I would have loved to have seen what they do in terms of damage. And then the Tech Vegito Blue had a guaranteed additional coming. And we haven't even gotten any hidden potential additionals either. Like, Jesus Christ. Alright, so again we can see the super attack, so Piccolo's just like, he couldn't care less. And that's how quickly he stacks as well, especially when you're providing him something to build into. I mean, outside of his normal passive, you give him the extra 60% or 80% when you factor in shocking speed as well. So yeah, he's just eating it all up. He'll go through, we'll finish this rotation, and so this is why I like it, because now Broly's going to have most of his HP left for us to just really let the 2 Vegetos next turn, or the 3 Vegetos I should say, because Super Saiyan 4 is going to be in rotation as well. Let them all just like pump out as much as possible without finishing too early. I mean, obviously, if you like finishing events really quickly, then by all means, this is not the team for you. But here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do, ideally, because he has higher defense, and I'm pretty sure he raises his allies, so his super attack on 24 key raises allies attack by 30% as well. The ideal way to format this is by having the int in slot 1 and the STR in slot 2. Especially because the STR also raises attack on super, meaning that his counters, so 700, 1.4, both are crits. 1.4 brings it to straight up 6 mil, he's done. Just bonkers damage. And it's all been crits so far, by the way. Oh, and there's basically a mil, so that's just under 7 mil. It's 8.8 mil he just did. And you're at a mil, just straight up. So you're at 1. You don't care. So yeah, and then just 6.7. Oh, this is just so much fun. Just see, and this is what I mean. So having that full health bar allowed us to really see how badly they can hurt the enemy. And that's what I really like this team for. And again, super attack in the first slot, that's adorable. Piccolo couldn't care less, he's got 350k defense. Gogeta can't hurt him. Not a chance you can hurt him. 8 will take us to... I get confused over to like how the blue fusions key work in slot 3. I don't think they get anything. Yeah, 30k. Yeah, whatever, mate. Don't even worry about it. 17's damage reduction should be active here as well, by the way. We're under 77% HP. What is his damage reduction? Let me just quickly check. Well, I'll just quickly bring it up. 40%, which is plenty. With 60% defense or 80% defense and 40% damage reduction, yeah, that's fine. 3 points. Like, and that would only be fierce battle. And then 2.6, yeah. So he's pumping out 5 mil as a floater, just naturally. Yeah, just bonkers. And this will be over, maybe. So we can still see the super attacks because we're not 10. We haven't expired 10 turns since fusing with the Goku and Angel Vegeta, the STR one. And obviously the extra keeper orb is incredibly handy there. So yeah, 180 and 120. Defense, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's bad because it's definitely not. But if you cop supers too often with some of these units, you can be in a little bit of trouble. But I'm not concerned at all with this team as it is right now. I don't think Vegeta is going to have another chance to supers anyway, and 200k is really not all that bad. I mean, it did kind of take a fair chunk off, but 5.1. Probably a little bit lower too because we didn't 18 key super with the Vegeta. And there's a mil for an additional, and a mil. So yeah, that's 7 mil. And a crit. 8 mil. It just racks. And hopefully we'll get the active skill with oh, we just floated off Vegeta Blue. God damn it. Probably should have thought about that. I would have loved to have seen this Vegeta Blue do 4 supers, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that that luxury this fight. And the second counter, we've got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on rotation this turn as well. We should be fine. And see, once 17's on rotation, key is never an issue. Actually, why is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta getting 2 key here? Oh, he gives himself 2 key because he's a support type unit, of course. Of course. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any crossover or grade 8 power category allies for him to support, but as you can tell, it's not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. But it would be lovely otherwise. Will 17 finish off? He doesn't. Oh, yes, he will. That is MVP 17 for that. I genuinely think he lives up to the title of MVP. I love the way he's built. I think he's a really well-designed unit, and he's not perfect, but I kind of like that about him. However, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to quickly sign off. No items used. This was my favourite team so far with full level 10 links. If you want to like, subscribe, and follow us over on Twitch, please feel free to do so. If not, take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.